Here we go. Ready for some cooking? Good morning. I haven't done one of these in a while. This is my friend Steve. He's going to be, these are actually his briskets. We're doing briskets today. 2. Because he doesn't have a smoker and I do. So I'm going to show him how to do this. And you'll pick up in my mic. This picks up nice.
I'm letting you do the intro. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're just talking. So let me grab a knife. And this is going to be my trimming knife. We're just going to trim a little bit of the fat. And I was explaining to Steve the different parts of the brisket. And this one's actually a really good one to demonstrate on because it's the parts are very they're kind of separate. Like you have the flat, which has the grain that sort of goes a little bit diagonal. And this is the lean part and the skinny part, or the flat part. And it's one muscle here, and then you have the fat cap on the end, which is another muscle, kind of goes this way, which is so when you're slicing them, you cut it this way. And you can slice this end a little thinner too, I guess, because it's leaner, so it makes it a little easier to chew. And then when you get to this part of the brisket, cut this one this way.
You're cutting against the grain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my arm out of harm's way here with you wielding a knife.
Yeah, this
like
is
a
super sharp.
Swashbuckler.
Like watch how this knife is just like.
Might
Anyway.
back up a step. All right.
So I'm just gonna trim just a little bit of there's stuff hanging off, and I'm gonna save all this trim unless you want it. It's good for like bone broth.
We're not big bone broth people.
Okay.
Just the name gives me shivers.
Does it?
Yeah.
It seems to worry a lot of people.
Well, with you, the knife and bone broth, it's like watching an episode of Dexter.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like Dexter.
Yeah.
In fact, can you see the brand?
Wow! It's a Dexter brand knife. Well, and when you open the pack, it looked like the Battle of Gettysburg on your countertop there. We had blood all over the kitchen.
And this is the small one. Wait till I pull that one out.
Now, why are you trimming? You need to pull out a micrometer to measure some of these small trims. Does it matter that the small pieces are coming off?
Well, if you can see, that's kind of like a silver skin kind of a thing.
All right.
I'm not going to pull the whole thing off. I'm just sort of getting the loose bits because that stuff's it doesn't really cook down as well as like fat. I mean, not that it's going to mess it up because I've done these where I've hardly even trimmed them and they're still good. Since I have the knife in my hand, I figured I better do something.
Well, and it is early, Brian. We apparently have to cook these under the light of the harvest moon.
Yes. Oh, I didn't mention that. I just woke up, so if my voice sounds weird.
I had to throw rocks at his windowsill. I had a boombox holding over my head. It's playing In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel. Do you even know that movie reference, Brian?
No.
Okay.
I know the song.
That's from Say Anything with John Cusack.
I don't know if I saw that one. Now this, I'm contemplating whether to trim that because it's sticking up. I don't know if it'll just end up.
We don't need to phone a friend.
I'm gonna trim a little of that off too. Just because it's sticking up.
And that will make it harder to cook if it's sticking up?
Nah, to like burn, maybe.
Oh,
maybe. I
burnt
don't
fat
know.
is fabulous.
But I'm not an expert.
Thank God you have me here.
Yes. It's funny having somebody here. I'm not used to it.
I know.
So it's like normally I'll be just talking to myself.
Well, just pretend I'm not here, and I'll interject as if I'm a thought in your head. I'll say things like, I know what you did, Brian.
All right. So I'm going to leave most of that there because it's nice. I like that. And
That's
there's...
what my wife married me.
That in there, usually I cut out a little bit of that too.
That's all striated, though. That looks like muscle.
No, it's fat. Oh, that does have a nice... let me see here.
Brian is working like Quincy on the body here.
Let me turn it over for a second. See, this is the nice fat, but we want that.
You got the Quincy reference, right, Brian?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, good.
My sister's a big Jack Klugman fan.
All the way back to the Odd Couple, I would imagine.
Well, mostly Quincy because she's a little younger than me. So she actually, this is back before internet, she wrote to his fan club.
Wow.
And got a autographed photo back. And a little note from Quincy. That's nice. That fat.
Well, thanks.
We're going to leave all that.
Yeah, I did my best.
Maybe this edge.
And these were not 17 pounds, as I predicted on the other podcast. You know,
Oh, yeah.
men are a bit prone to exaggerate size, and apparently I was among them. So we have an 11-pounder and a 13-pounder.
Which is still hefty when it comes to meat.
That's a quote from Brian Damage. Still hefty when it comes to meat. Put that in your term paper, kids.
We want to streamline it a little.
Yeah. And that's just for the visual aesthetic?
Well, there is some of that, but not really. More like well, I was telling him when that I follow Aaron Franklin, his videos on how to smoke stuff, and like he would probably trim that, like smooth that down, but that's a nice chunk of meat. Although if it was my own, you know, and I trimmed that, that would all go into my bone broth, so it wouldn't be wasted or anything. And then that bump there, I'm going to do that actually. It just makes it so the air flows around it a little smoother.
Ah, all right.
When it's in the smoker. But I think I'm going to leave that there. Right. That wouldn't bother me even if it was my own.
All right, now you're just cutting just to cut stuff.
Kinda.
Yeah. You just want to use that Dexter knife.
Yeah, I know. I got to get my money's worth.
Yeah. You paid for the whole thing. Sure.
I got to look like I know what I'm doing too, even though I don't.
Well, the jabbering to yourself certainly makes you look like an expert.
We're just cutting the square edges off, making them round.
And that's for airflow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Okay. And it's almost done. We're about 2 days away from this actually being finished.
And I got one glove, so I got to
Michael Jackson.
pick it up with one.
That made a great sound. Wish that picked up on the mic.
It may have.
It sounded just like when the cow hit the floor, actually. A little wetter.
I'm going to put that in a baggie and save it for later.
We can fry that up and make beef chicharron.
What's that?
Pork pie.
Oh, well, that's not pork.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're just using a simple, well, this is, I'll show you. Yeah. Redmond real salt. I've shown you this before. It's the organic garlic pepper blend. So it's basically salt and pepper with a little bit of garlic and onion powder. Nothing weird in here. No sugars. No.
Oh, it smells good.
Yeah, I don't make you sneeze. And then this gets all over the floor, so it's crunching under my feet later. Unless I sweep.
Really no need for that. What you need, Brian, is a dog. They would clean everything up.
Even this?
Yeah.
Just a little on the edge.
Working it like a Ukrainian masseuse.
You've had a Ukrainian masseuse?
Yeah. Named Olga. She was a power lifter in the 76 Olympics.
Ah.
Yeah, Montreal.
All right, so it's not like super coated, but it'll be nice.
You're going to knock that off the edge.
I'm going to have to sneeze here in a minute, but...
We both smell good now. Whew. And vampires will never get near us.
Good.
We have a full cow on the slab here.
So this is brisket number 2.
And Brian, Dr. Death Forsythe.
And as you can see, this one's kind of got the similar, but see, this is attached, except for right here. So we'll just cut that piece. This right here, see, the other one was, it had that, it was almost like this obvious thing. This is like a...
Oh, that's interesting. What you have in your hand, is that meat or is that just gristly stuff?
No, that's meat.
Oh.
I mean, you have the fat on the back of it. This is almost like skin.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna...
And brisket comes from, you said, the rib of the cow, right?
The front. Yeah, this front right. The chest, I guess you would say.
So like a chicken breast kind of area.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get this loose.
That skin looks like the chin, the underside of a rooster's chin, or a turkey's chin. Like
Yes.
It reminds me of something else too that I won't put on your video, or we're going to get banned off of YouTube.
Okay. But you can see, like this fat here, how it's kind of soft.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it when it breaks down, it turns into juice
and flavor.
Yeah. Okay, this one's gonna be harder to not make a mess.
Patting it down like Helga.
I'm gonna sneeze here in a second. I'll try to run out of the room, even though the mic will follow me.
Oh,
this is a nice one too. You know what? Let's see. I'm gonna go into here just a little. Yeah, the other brisket had that nice kind of.
Is that a culinary term that you used?
And it's funny because I'll watch Aaron Franklin do a trim, and then I'll get my brisket out and I'll go, and he makes it obvious, like, oh, right here where this goes, this, you cut here and you trim that little part out, and then I get my brisket out and I'm looking at it and I'm going, mine doesn't look like that. Like, where's that part on mine? But this one's got the obvious, and you can't see it on the camera.
No.
Anyway, it's where the flat goes over the cap. Yeah, that little part.
I figured you just excavated that for your bone broth. You wanted that piece of fat. You were.
That's good.
Indeed.
I'm not gonna over rub it. Look at all that mess I made, though.
You can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs.
Yeah. All right, let's see if I can lift this with one hand.
13 pounds. Look at that. Michael Jackson style.
Look at that pile of meat.
Are you pointing at me or at the brisket?
So now, I'm gonna pause this thing. I'm gonna run down. I'm gonna start that smoker. We're going to leave that laying there for a second while I do that.
All right, now walk us through what we're doing here, Brian.
All right, we're back down here at the smoker. I've got the thing up to temperature. We're at 250. I just put a couple of big pans in the bottom. And here's the dilemma. We have 2 briskets. I have 2 shelves, but the shelves there's not much room between them. So I'm going to see if I can squeeze this thing. Can you see the steam from my furnace is on? So
Brian's house is burning down behind us, but we got to get this thing cooked.
Yeah, that's not the smoke from the smoker.
It smells like a campfire, though. Like, it's delicious smelling with no meat in it, even.
Yeah. So anyway, I got those pans in there.
Yes.
I put water in them, but I have another extra water pan that may not fit once I get the briskets in there, so we'll find out.
Did you just turn your back to the camera?
Yes.
Where's your theater training, Brian?
I don't know. So, this is the small one. I should probably put the small one. Now here's the other thing.
Turn toward the camera.
I would assume the hotter is in the back, so I'm gonna put fat side up, and I'm putting
Fat side up. All right.
there's one.
It's going to be tight, yeah.
No, that's the big one.
What?
That is actually the big one.
Is it?
I
That's
think
thicker.
I think we're gonna be able to fit them in.
Oh, it works. Look at that. Your meat fits, Brian.
Yes.
That's always a good thing.
I'm gonna put this water pan in. If I can squeeze it back there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a picture of that. That's perfect.
We didn't have to deal with that top shelf. I mean, I guess I could put the shelf and then put the water on that, but
You don't need to.
because this way I'll be able to spray them.
Why overcomplicate?
And we have the spray for later, like once it gets going. You know what I didn't do? I didn't put the probes in. Let's put this one in this one.
Brian got the probe from an alien ship.
Just one.
You don't want to know where the aliens put it.
There we go.
All right. Probes are in so we can study the bovine race.
Yep. All right. So the things are on there. I have my thermopop little Insta thermometer thing.
How many licks to get to the inside of a thermal pop?
I
We got to
haven't-
ask Mr. Owl.
I have not tried that yet.
All right.
But that way I can just sort of check different spots on the meat later. And we'll leave these here. I'm going to put this inside the garage, I guess. Take this up. So, that's it for now. 2 briskets at once.
2 dudes and 2 briskets.
This will be,
Unprecedented.
I've done briskets, so it'll just be twice as good. Okay, it's been about 8 hours. Steve isn't back yet, so it's kind of stalled out. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it. As you can see, this is what it's starting to look like. It's a nice deep brown. So wrapping it will keep it from getting too brown, and it'll also speed up the cooking process. So let's see what we can do here. So I'll pull this out for now. Spray it one more time, even though it is juicy, to be begin with. Now that I got that on there, I'll just bring it over here. Stick the meter back in. One. Yes. All right, now brisket number 2. This one's bigger, so it's gonna be harder to wrap. All right, now I'm gonna pull these trays. That's a lot of juice. Close this back up. Whew, it's a lot of smoke. All right, we're gonna let that go. We still have the probes in so we can see when it gets there. Probably another hour and a half or so. We'll see. By that time, Steve should be back. See you then. All right, it's finally done. Woo! And I'm in the shadows, but
We are back. There is a post-apocalyptic dystopia happening behind us. As you can tell by my attire, it has been several months since we were here last. Brian has worn the same thing for the entirety of the several months that we've been away from you.
it smells really good.
He's getting a little rank, but we got some mesquite smoke going, so we'll be okay.
All right, I'm gonna show what they saw me wrap it when you weren't here. So.
One is a brisket and one is a dead drifter. So
actually, let me bring this over. That way I won't drip it on my shoes.
you got your chucks on today.
Yeah. It's still stuck. Why is it stuck on there? Oh, there it is. All right, let me pull that out. And here's how we can also double check, but...
And what was the temperature at when you pulled them out, Brian?
205.
Exactly 205.
Yep. That says 192.
Yeah.
But different spots are going to be... Wow. That is like butter. Like melted butter.
Very good.
206. So it's usually an average kind of. That one is... I wish this thing lit up. This is also... Oh, that says 209.
Most people cook during the daytime, Brian.
Well, I did.
Yes.
All right, we're just going to stack these up. I'm going to pull this out.
We started this in the winter. It's summertime now. You can hear the crickets in the background, the cicadas.
Yeah, if you notice, there's no snow anywhere.
Nope.
It's completely summer.
All right, now we're going to go upstairs and polish these off, right?
Yeah.
These
I've
almost weigh
got-
as much as you do, Brian. Do you realize that?
Almost.
Yeah. You throw another brisket on there, and they'd be carrying you upstairs.
right. So back upstairs we go.
If you could smell what I'm smelling right now, you'd want to be here. Brian wants to know how his hair looks. So you can put that in the comments.
I haven't washed it for a month, so.
Several, yeah.
All right, here we go.
The unveiling.
It is super juicy. Another thing I should show them is this. This was the drip pan. Well, it was actually two of them. I poured them all into one, and it's still steaming. Look at that, all that juice. You can't see it on there, but.
Ooh, oh, that's perfect, man. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh. Reminds me of my cooking. Only done correctly. My cooking would have been in the microwave.
That's what I was just going to say. You can get it like this in a microwave. Wow.
And then I'd have had Lucky Charms for dinner. Now, did you want to show them how tender it is, Brian? Because this looks tender.
Yeah, watch how it just slides in there.
Right to the top.
There's a little bit of give on the top here, but I went in from here before, and it just goes whoosh. It's just like,
Like butter.
So how do you want to try this? You want to try it?
Yes, I want to try it. Don't you want to try it?
Of course. I'm trying to see. It's in the foil now. Let me lift it up one time, because
Are we gonna get splattered?
This
is my good tie.
I know.
Like my only tie.
Because I don't know if I should cut it in the foil like this. You just want to sample, right?
By you mean both of us.
Yeah.
I almost lost an eyebrow.
I was aiming for your neck. Okay.
You have the spatial awareness of an athlete, Brian.
Now, how much should I slice off? You just want a little chunk?
Yeah, we're trying it.
Now this is going to be a little. Ooh, look! It's really well done on the bottom, though.
I would reach in, but I draw back a nub.
Yeah, hang on. Let me get that off there.
Yeah.
It is a little done on the bottom.
Okay.
So that end's going to be a little.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You know what? I'll just follow your lead here and wait for you to give me the green light.
Well, do you want a fork?
No.
Because it might be hot.
I'm a filthy animal, remember? I might be wearing a tie, but don't let that fool you. Bon appetit.
Now that's the end, so it's going to be a little bit crunchy on the bottom. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Really?
Yeah.
This is crunchy. You didn't warn me. It's fabulous. It is juicy. The meat is smoky. The texture, it's hard to describe how smooth the texture is. Given that the beef was as striated as it was when we first took it out of the package, it's fantastic. It really is buttery in texture.
Huh. It is crunchy on the bottom, though. Crunchier than I thought it was going to be.
That's good.
But the top is perfect.
Do you have words?
But
Oh, no?
I was going to explain words.
Sorry, I know.
That's the flat, so that's the driest part. So it's as dry as it's going to get.
That isn't dry at all.
It's going to keep getting juicier the more further you go this way. And once you get to this nub, you want to change your direction and slice it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I usually go the other way with the nub.
This way?
Yeah. Well, we're going to polish this thing off. We have some company in the background that's trying to stay quiet so we don't flip the camera around and look at them instead. But we're going to be 11 pounds into this thing by the time you see the video, which may never happen if Brian doesn't edit it together. But Brian, this is really good, man. You did a great job. Thank you.
Here, let's show. I got greasy fingers now. Hang on. I was going to bring it around.
Okay.
To get like a close-up.
The women folk are scattering. It's like when you turn the light on in the kitchen, the roaches go.
Yeah, here, let me bring it around this way.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to show the inside. push on that.
You know, I don't even hardly know you, Brian.
Can you see juice? Yeah, there.
I'm
see
burning my
that juice?
fingerprint off my finger.
Okay. I just wanted to demonstrate the juice. Okay. So there you go with the brisket.
This is fantastic, and I got 2 of them.
So it's what? How many pounds was
25. 25 total.
25 pounds of brisket.
Yeah, baby.
That sounds like a song title.
Ooh.
All right. So this is the follow-up. We cooked the brisket last night. I reheated it in the sous vide today. And we've got it right here. And I know I tasted it on the video last night, but let's taste the reheated version of it. Get it smoke ring. It's melt in your mouth delicious. Now I'm gonna try one of these scallops, which I know are good. I didn't have really good luck searing them in the cast iron. They were better on the griddle, but they still taste good. So, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button in the corner, and I'll see you next time. And until then, delicious. All right.